This week on Fly Rod Chronicles, we are in my home state of West Virginia, and we're hunting for the apex predator, the muskie. They say the muskie is a fish of 10,000 casts. And on this episode, we're going to be telling the story of how it took me several trips all over the state and over 9,880 casts until I caught my very first West Virginia muskie on the fly. As we travel all over our beautiful state, you are not going to want to miss this. Stick around.
Traveling the world, fishing, enjoying the great outdoors. Those are things that would have seemed impossible to me when I was a kid growing up in the mountains of West Virginia. I'm a lucky man, and I never want to forget it, and I'm hoping that sharing my experiences with folks will inspire them to do the same. I'm Curtis Fleming, and these are my Fly Rod Chronicles.
Welcome to this week of Fly Rod Chronicles, and as you can tell, we're doing things a little bit different today. I'm going to be telling you the story of Curtis Fleming versus the West Virginia muskie. I've known Curtis for over 10 years, and I've seen him catch hundreds of fish, but the one fish that's always seemed to elude him is the West Virginia muskie. I mean, Superman has kryptonite, Batman has the Joker, and Curtis has the West Virginia muskie. It's just the one fish that he can't seem to catch. But he's vowed this season will be the season that he gets that muskie and gets it under his belt. So, as you can see, we're here for day number 1. We're headed to Stonewall Lake, and Curtis is going to try to catch himself a muskie.
Today on Fly Rod Chronicles, we're in wild and wonderful and foggy West Virginia. Perfect setting. We're going muskie fishing. I have a little history with the muskie. I've struck out a couple times, but now everybody that goes fishing with me catches a muskie. We're going to Stonewall Lake, and we're meeting up with our good buddy RJ. RJ's a master of catching muskie. Stonewall Jackson it is one of my favorite places because my daughter 4 years ago, we had a cicada hatch and she caught a world record carp. So stick around because everybody knows I will flip out if I catch my first muskie on the fly rod.
There he is! Figure eight. Get down in. Get down in. Get down in. Figure eight. Keep figure eight. Keep figure eight.
Dear Jesus.
Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Bring it back up top. Bring it back up top, man. Bring it back up top. All right, let's get out of here. Let's back off and get him back. I think that's the same fish. He ate it though. He had it. Hold on, we're gonna change flags. We're gonna get out here and change flags and come back and circle back around at him. That fish will eat. He'll eat. We'll get him. Almost. That's closest you've been. That fly was in his mouth. Are you shaking a little bit?
Yeah.
Knees quivering?
Yeah. Just sick.
Oh. I'm shaking.
You know, one thing that separates muskie fishing from a lot of other, trout fishing and things like that, you need to do that figure eight whenever you get to the boat. And that's something that if you haven't done before, doing it for the first few times can be tough. It's almost something you need to practice. You need to get that rod in the water and you need to be aggressive with it. Move that fly, trigger that muskie to make that strike right at the boat. And if you come in and you're soft with that, a lot of times you either miss the strike or you just not get the strike at all.
You know, you don't figure 8 on a brown trout. I gotta own this one. You know, you should practice figure 8. I was not aggressive, and you know, after we talked about this, I should have been a little more aggressive and got that muskie fired up, and I just didn't do it.
So day 1 on Stonewall Jackson Lake was a swing and a miss for Curtis. RJ and Kurt decided that for day 2, they're going to make a little change, get off the lake. They're going to go to the smaller body of water, which is actually a stream. They're going to fish the West Fork River and see if we can't find a muskie that wants to cooperate here.
In West Virginia, we have a lot of muskie. We're fishing a new place today, a place that literally, when I was 15 years old, I couldn't wait to buy my West Virginia fishing license. I literally, Chris Coleman, a childhood friend who had his driver's license before me, picked me up. We went to Folks Sporting Good in Clarksburg, West Virginia. I bought my fishing license. That was before Walmart's. And we went to the West Fork to catch carp. That's where I chose to use my West Virginia fishing license for the first time. So now, several years later, we come back to the West Fork River to see if we can get this muskie done.
Back down, rip it away from it. Big turn, big turn, big turn. Pull it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. There he is, there he is, there he is.
Yep.
Yep.
What do I do?
Yep, keep going, rip away from it. Squeeze it down, go down, go down, go down. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Oh, shit, you're right, you're right. He's there, he's still on it, he's still on it. We gotta get that one out. Here, I'm gonna help you. Keep figuring it, keep doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. You are shaking. Stop, pause it, pause it. Rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it. He's still on it, he's still on it, he's still on it.
Get that line, get that line.
Still on it. Rip it, there you go. Keep going, keep going. Get that line.
Pick it up, pick it up.
Just stop it, let it stop for a second. Pull it back up.
So the West Fork wasn't a total wash. They had a follow to the boat, and Curtis had him follow all the way through the figure 8. The figure 8's a great way to induce a strike, but it's never a guarantee. And as you can see there in that footage, the fish followed, but he just wasn't convinced enough to take the fly. Day 3 found the guys back on Stonewall Jackson Lake. It was a total washout, but they're going back to Stonewall again for day 4, and I have a feeling that today they might actually put a fish in the boat.
As fishermen, we exaggerate. Sometimes we under-exaggerate, but usually we exaggerate. I think we're maybe exaggerating. No, we're under-exaggerating. But we're at 6,800 cast. Got RJ here. He's been with me. We figure eighted 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times. We've had 1 eat that came up and ate and missed. And then we had one full eat that I had on for a second and a half. So I am due. I know it's a fish of 10,000 casts. We're out here at Stonewall Jackson in wild and wonderful West Virginia. We kind of got the lake to ourselves. You gotta be kidding me. That is a big largemouth. He come out there and whacked it, hammered it. I'm on the bass tournament now.
Look at that freaking thing.
I'm on the bass tournament. BASS.
That is a monster bass.
BASS, baby.
We'll take it.
Oh man.
That's pretty cool. He hammered that thing.
I even know how to lip them babies. Wow, man, I'm telling you, I can hit them. Oh man.
You know, I told you that Curtis has had a lot of history with the West Virginia Muskie, and it's always eluded him. And man, it's season 14. We went after the muskies in southern West Virginia, and we were out there Super Bowl weekend, and it's snowing. I'm talking a winter storm that, I'll be honest, as a cameraman for that shoot, I was hoping we'd just call it because the conditions were absolutely miserable. But true to his form, he stuck it out, and he tried his best to get a muskie on that shoot, and he did everything right except for catch a muskie. Unfortunately, he didn't stick one, but our good buddy Rick Heim, whom I was filming on that shoot, Rick does stick a good muskie. And so we do know there's fish there, but unfortunately Curtis still hasn't been able to capitalize on one.
There he is! Rick locks into this fish. The excitement just goes crazy on the river. You got it.
I don't know how well hooked he is. I haven't seen him fly yet in his mouth. It's amazing how hard they fight, and particularly on a fly rod.
So I'm ready to hand the net to Demian, and all at once I am in the position to net this fish.
There you go, Curtis. Just get it underneath of him.
And I'm thinking, I have got to net this fish. If this thing goes south, it falls on me at this point.
There you go, Rick. Let him fall right into the net. You got it.
Yeah, baby. Ricky, baby. That's my man.
Good job.
Hey. Yes, sir.
You know, season 14 wasn't the only mishap Curtis had with a muskie. He decided in season 16 to give it a go again. And he invites his good friend Demian Wiles to come along. Demian brings his 12-year-old son, and they're going to fish together and just have a good time once again back in southern West Virginia. Well, once again, kryptonite strikes. The boy, he catches his first muskie ever on a fly. Curtis, 0 again.
Quick twitches. There you go. Quick twitches. He opened his mouth on it once. You got him. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Keep it tight, son. Keep it tight. You're doing great. Keep it tight. Relax. Relax. There you go.
How old is he?
12.
12 years old.
Bring him right over the net. You got it.
Oh, come on.
Elevate. Bring him right over the net. Now drop your rod. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good job. Good job.
Hey, way to go, brother!
Look at that.
So 2 different filming attempts now. Curtis doesn't have a muskie of his own in the boat, but now, season 18, this is his year, and he's gonna catch that muskie.
You didn't get the figure 8. I finally got one on the figure 8.
I know.
Hey, and Chris is not here.
So at this point, we're at like day, I don't know, it's like day 12 of this shoot. We can't show you all the footage because it's a 30-minute show, but trust me when I tell you that we're several weeks into this fishing for a muskie. Today's the day. We're 9,999 casts in. 10,000 is what it takes to catch a muskie, so today is the day. Unfortunately, we're approaching 10,000 casts, and this is the day that the producer of the show fails to show up to film.
Musky.
Oh, he's a good one. On the bar. This could be it, baby. This could be it. Just like you seen on the bottom.
Yeah.
This could be it. Oh, our gaze down.
Where's she at? She coming?
She's straight on the bottom. I can see her.
How big is she?
Over 30. Okay. For my first one. Oh, take it in real quick.
Oh.
Good one over.
Can you net her?
Hold on. You see her?
Yep, I see her.
Take a good one over.
Come on.
Hold your breath, baby. Sweet. Yes.
Woo!
We got her. Woo! Give it to me. Give it to me. We got her. We got her, baby. We got her done. It's wild and wonderful. Hey, so day 12, 9,800.
74 calves.
70 some calves. They say it's a fish of how many calves?
10,000.
Oh my God. We got her done. Hey, Christy couldn't come out. I'm out of breath. On the Buchanan River in Buchanan. I can see Wesleyan College right here. We come out to scout today. Couldn't bring the big cameras. We knew it was going to rain. And the day we didn't have the cameras, but we got what we got here. I got to show you this guy. Hey, this is awesome. She's being cooperative, isn't she?
Yeah. See if you can pick her up out of there.
Hey, hey. The first one on the fly, baby. Look at that.
So after years and years of fishing for this elusive muskie, Curtis finally gets his first one under his belt, gets the monkey off of his back. And you know, they say that once you get the first one, that it's kind of like breaking the ice, and the second one seems to come a little bit easier. And they weren't kidding, because about 14 casts later, Curtis catches his second muskie.
Hey, you didn't get the figure eight. I finally got one on the figure eight.
I know.
Hey, and Christian's not here. It's not a big one, but daggone it, it's a West Virginia muskie on the figure eight. I missed it the first time, and I said, it ain't gonna eat on the figure eight. It took a swipe at it. Oh, he's banging the board. At least we got one on the figure eight. I could say I believe it. Let me grab, thank you, buddy. I saw it come up and I was like, oh man, let me get, I said, it ain't gonna eat. Hey, it's like you said, you gotta turn it, don't you?
Yeah.
You gotta turn it right in front of their face. Oh man.
Good job.
Thank you, buddy, thank you. Oh man. Switched up the rods, changed your rod, stayed on your fly. What are we gonna name this fly, man? Huh? What are we gonna name this guy?
I've been trying to think of a name for it.
It's Baby, baby, baby.
Musky on the fly.
Finally. So the West Virginia muskie, the fish of 10,000 casts. You know, I got to see a lot of cool places in West Virginia. And over the years, I got to see almost 10,000 casts. And you know, it was really cool to see some people around me catch some muskie. But it was very rewarding to hook into a muskie at 9,874 casts. So we got it done. I got to check it off my list. Do I want to do it again? Yes, I want a 50-incher, and we'll be back. So come back for more Fly Rod Chronicles.